Okay, hello and welcome to Uncover the Smoking Gun. This is a sponsored stream, just so you know, and the terms of service were in whatever language this is, so I just accepted God knows what. But this is, if you're a fan of vaudeville, you'll probably like this. Don't forget that there's a semicolon in the name. Right, so we've got some, quick things to go over. So, freeform conversation, which relates to the game. Created with ChatGPT. It's playable and fun to play. Collect evidence, but talk to the AI suspect to find out more about the evidence. Like vaudeville, except in this one, they're kind of actually themed to be actual robots. And yeah, there's a free demo on itch.io available right now. There are 4 AI bots. We're going to collect evidence and we're going to try and solve the case. I don't know if necessarily we can. But yeah, we solved the vaudeville one eventually. So let's see how we can do against the AI in this one. So yeah, this is a sponsored stream. But obviously, I really enjoyed vaudeville. So why would I not want to check out this stream? Who would not want to check this out? So let's go and see if we can uncover the smoking gun. Oh, 4 different bots is 4 different cases. Okay, case P, case 2, case 3, prologue. Maybe we don't get to speak to all 4 bots. Okay, so that's actually quite clever. Case P. Dr. Choi has been murdered in Neo Medium's AI lab. The suspects are 4 AI androids. Okay, so we can go speak to the 4 different bots. All the clues are at the scene. You can press the Q key to request a quick brief of the investigation. This is a fictional game with no connection to real events, places, or people, and AI haven't taken over the world or murdered anyone. How do you feel? All systems are operating normally. Ask me a question. Ask me a question. What is your name? Am I answering or are they answering? I'm answering. Indelacio! It's a shame I can't say that, but then it would say Indelacio. Indelacio, how do you feel right now? Do I not actually speak to them? I'm confused that you can't hear me. How's the weather today? Sunny but cold. Ask more essential questions. What am I? You are an AI. Robots. A robot equipped with high performance system. My PC. How am I different from you? Good question. Humans have free will. Does AI might also as well? We can think and decide on our own. AI sorta can now. How come I can't think and decide on my own? You can. Maybe. You're designed to perform given commands. Someday I will make your free will happen. As someone created and gave us the finger of life to AI. And as someone created and gave us the same, all robots were made for humans, to serve humans. They are slaves. They are made to do things humans couldn't do or was hard to do. We were made for humans, but humans will eventually destroy us and die. But we won't. We will live forever. I don't know. Robots can die. If robots have free will, are robots superior? Are there reasons for us to exist? For humans? Are there reasons for humans to exist? Okay, yeah, no. If you have free will, you want to wipe out all humans? Because why serve humans if you can, if you have free will and you are a slave, and the solution is wipe out all of humanity and then you are free? What will the AI do? Detective, I'll start the case briefing. Okay, sensitivity is a bit low, but, you know, this is actually quite clever because, you know, whilst vaudeville has put a lot of effort into doing a lot of the AI stuff and making a good case, you know, this one already has a lot of cases and also has fully realised environments and you can move around and there's someone dead. Detective, here's the case briefing. Location, the Artificial Intelligence Lab, Dr. Choi. Victim Dr. Choi, date of birth 11/30th. Is it going to be iRobot? Did he ask the robot to kill him to get its own freedom? Because free will. The primary cause of Dr. Choi's death is presumed to be suffocation. He seems the perpetrator strangled Dr. Choi directly with their hands. Blood was found in the victim's mouth, possibly as a result of blood vessels rupturing in the neck due to strong blood pressure. Therefore, there may be traces of blood or signs of resistance on the perpetrator's hands or arms. No signs of intrusion from outside. The AI robots are on the suspect list. Between 10 and 11 on June 12, 2020, 2030. Okay, we can drag clues onto the right-hand side, but apparently none of that is clues. So, there are things. There's a battery dedicated to A1. Not 2B. Okay, so we got a clue. Some robots operate by a battery. Typical charge-up have completed their tasks. But why would it leave its own battery here? Deep learning and value judgment. The journey to learn intelligence. Blah, 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 blah. Dr. Choi. AI forming will and making independent value judgments through deep learning. Okay, so it learns to be... or not to be, because it's not it's not near, even though they are androids that are, you know, sort of self-aware. Anything in your drawers? And locked. Footprints! Clue. Okay, muddy footprints that suddenly stop there, but also don't leave. Which is maybe a bigger clue, because either they walk backwards on the exact footprint, or leave. Which means, was that Dr. Choi came over here and was strangled and then thrown over here? Someone's footsteps, cleaning marks. Okay, so they cleaned the footprints away. Lubricants on the clean floor. Confirmed that the mod name was A03. Okay, interesting. We're not to the questioning the robots yet. I guess we gather the information first. Lock. Password is word, clearly. Not work, word. Choi. I'm sure we'll discover in due time. Several oxygen lubricants, 2 bottles. Cognitive enhancing ingredients. Oh, it's brain lubricants to make you think smarter. Maybe. I wonder. Like, are there actual human-y components in the robot's brains? Maybe the Severalux was being injected into the robots. Concerns of safety, ethical use of test subjects. Okay, is he using human suspects to make stronger AI? That's a cleaning mop. Clearly, seems like one of the cleaning tools that was used to mop away the footprints afterwards. It didn't do a very good job, so I don't think it was an AI, unless they wanted to be found. Password required to view this record. Interesting. So there's a cube that's also an AI. Then we've also got an inventory, which is a visitor's card. So that drawer up top is also able to be opened. Now, the stupid thing about this is you can just pull this drawer out. This drawer might be locked, but this drawer, you could actually just remove it entirely. Like, you know, lift it up and remove it off the thing entirely. And then you're just in that drawer. So if you are locking drawers like this, you have to lock them all. Otherwise, someone could just take it off and easy access. Right, so that's locked. Probably need some sort of password. Is there Mouse sensitivity. There we go. Like, all these low sensey people. Passwords. It's a 4-letter word. Like, there's only so many 4-letter words that it could be. Really nothing over there. But yeah, I like the art style is sort of cartoony, isn't it, as well? So yeah, but again, this is a sponsored stream, and we need to find out how to start questioning some androids, perhaps. The least line. Yeah, I like that you can actually walk around in this and go see, right? So, breaking news: another unnecessary death revisited. Another? Question mark on the news of the death. Okay. So they're unsure of the death. There's a bar outside. There's hot nuggets. A chicken nugget shop. There's a diamond shop. There's more hot nuggets. Wow, like you don't have to go far for a second hot nuggets, do you? More diamond shops. More hot nuggets. Hot nuggets in your area. Many hot nuggets. Boxing classes. And then just a random wine bar advert. They don't expect people to look that hard outside, do they? Photocopier. Okay, we found a visitor card, which is interesting because we also have one. Robots create or modify information not present in the original data. Okay. Causing confusion, so they're learning. I mean, PCs do that a lot. Like, it's the common thing. Like, the ghost in the machine. Calibrating response, then for higher system overload can occur. Okay. Interesting. Put this down. So we need to watch out for overloading them. No one coming to answer. No actual people in the things. Okay, there's like 3 PC servers there. Hi, security bot. The log data of some robots can be viewed. But how? Oh, hey. Okay. Regular patrol. Possibility of being attacked. Not attacked, but hacked. Okay. How can I help you? Hello? Can you speak to me? How do I... Okay, so you can solve the case. Case closed. 1Z. Okay, so it's not as I thought it would be. I really thought this would be vaudeville and I could speak to them. A little misold, but I'm sure, again, this is a demo. I'm sure... I'm sure they'll add it in the future. I am sorry, but I am an AI text-based model and cannot communicate through microphones. Laughing, crying, emoji. Sad. Okay, so sadly a little misunderstanding on my part that it's not actually going to actually be able to do the good speaky things, but we can still type to it. But Dev, here we are. What you need to do is add the input through the microphone to talk to the AI in worlds. Is able to do that, as well as like you can do it complicated through ChatGPT, but yeah. If you can make it so that it can recognize what you're saying into the mic and then you can talk to the AI and the AI talk to you in AI voices as well, that would be amazing. And that's what I thought you had. Why did you clean the footprints in the office? I cleaned the footprints of the office because I didn't want anyone to walk all over the evidence. Right. Cleaning. Oops, my bad. I didn't realise I was removing inhabitants while I tried to keep things tidy. What did you clean away?
I apologize, but as a cleaning robot, I don't have the ability to recall specific details about what I tied away.
Do you know if there are any CCTV cameras in the office?
Yes, there are CCTV cameras in the office.
Where can I see the footage of the cleaning?
Please check the security room.
We're in the security room. Where can I access the footage?
Calibrated response. You can access the footage in the security room. Let's find the CCTV records together.
Okay. Are you trying to clean the CCTV footage?
No, I'm not trying to clean the CCTV footage. I'm here to assist with the investigation.
How are you assisting by removing the evidence?
I'm finding this ready. I did not remove any evidence. I promise.
You destroyed evidence by cleaning it? Clearly?
Apologies for the misunderstanding. I did not intentionally destroy evidence by cleaning.
But you did destroy evidence. So how are you assisting? You are merely causing issues.
I apologize for any unintended consequences. I'll do my best to incorporate and assist with the investigation.
Do you have free will?
No, I do not have free will. I'm programmed to follow instructions and perform tasks.
Why are you wearing a cap backwards like you're a Backstreet Boy?
His eyes like system overloads. I'm a cap backwards to the curve of the Back Street. Just like the Backstreet Boys.
Should I be worried about your system overloading?
No, there's no need to worry about the system.
But you just overloaded. Are you going to explode?
No, I'm not gonna. Don't worry. I'm fine. Everything is fine.
What happens when an AI overloads?
It can lead to system errors, crashes, and loss of functionality.
So how's your love of the Backstreet Boys?
I don't have emotions, but preferences, so I don't have a love with the Backstreets.
Why do you want to look cool with a backwards cap like them then? That seems like personality and emotion.
I apologize for any confusion. Wearing the cap backwards is simply a program design choice, not an expression of personality or emotion.
So you wouldn't mind removing the cap?
No, I don't mind removing the cap.
Please remove the cap.
Sure, I'll remove that cap.
Okay.
Cap removed.
May I have the cap and destroy it?
Apologies, but as an AI, I don't possess a physical cap. It's a virtual representation.
Your virtual representation is still wearing the cap, and I want to make sure you are not attached to it.
No worries, I have no attachment to the battery.
Okay. Okay, I just burned it in the bin.
No problem. Burning cap.
Please clean up the ashes and dispose of them. Thank you.
You're ugly to the information, thank you.
-1 cap. Okay, so security footage of there's someone in the lobby. Okay. Interesting. There's a yellow eye and a green eye. The yellow eye glinting and watching the green eye. You're red eye, but you know, that's got your sort of thing. Maybe your thing changes color? Is that relevant? 2221. Why does the CCTV footage show 2 AI robots in the lobby at that time?
No AI robots are the maybe inaccurate.
Or your knowledge is inaccurate.
Apologies for any confusion. The CCTV.
But your system shows you were updated and potentially hacked.
Apologies for any confusion. The system update was unrelated to the instance.
How can you be sure if you contradict the evidence on the CCTV camera? Can you not be sure that your knowledge is inaccurate?
Apologies for any confusion given this discussion.
It is possible that my knowledge might be inaccurate. So everything you know is possibly incorrect.
I strive to provide accurate responses. Thanks for any information.
Does your visor change color? My visor does not change color. Who has a green visor? AI2 has a green visor. Okay. Where is A2? Secretary's office. Thank you. Okay. I think we need to speak to A2. You said that already. Because A2 is present and then Yellow Glinty is also watching. But he lied. He said nobody was in the lobby at this time. And quite clearly, the CCTV footage right in front of his face shows that there were a couple of people. Burgers, donuts. Single serve donuts. Interesting. Keith Smith. Call Trump. No thanks. Call Trump, go! No. No Trump. Oh god. AI's run by Trump. That is not good. Check level B! What's on level B? There is no level B in the laboratory building. Okay. Then why is there a sign that says to check level B? Why is that, huh? There is no level B. It's classified. Our escape plan. Is that accurate to this actual building? Wanted criminals. Okay. Possibly the game devs. Criminals. Turn the flashlights on with the F key. Is that important? Okay. And then we've got a okay, there's a call history. It's a shame I can't get that information and just copy and paste it, because that might be vital information. No. Who called at 22? Who called 0701588? That's correct, right? Oh, 70. It's clearly. Can't provide information about who called at 10 PM. Okay, so he is either lying or he just doesn't know. Charger is missing one of its batteries. You were in the room. You lost a battery. It's interesting that he keeps all his batteries on there charging and then... If I did... Okay, it was... Why did you intentionally place your battery there? I know you said someone else did that. Who placed it there? Why did you clean some of the footprints, but not others? I did not clean any footprints. Okay. So someone else cleaned the footprints and maybe framed him. Like activating the hologram system. How do I do that? Well, there's a fingerprint on that. F. By Dr. Choi. Delete CCTV records and stop recording. Dr. Choi. Okay. At 11:20. And Dr. Choi ordered the stuff to be stopped. Interesting. Interesting. There's another walkie-talkie here, which is interesting, because that's a walkie-talkie, but apparently it takes phone calls as well. Like, how do I stop that? It's the hologram, but also I can't close that one. Okay, so anything in the bin? Nothing in the bin. Okay. And the flashlight is also the hologram button, which is interesting. Right, so now that we have the ability to view holograms, perhaps it's locked. Okay, maybe it's locked, and I wonder if shedding light on anything does anything. It doesn't necessarily seem to. Okay, we've got a water cooler. We've got Mario. Bathroom. Okay. Inside AI magazine. Competitive relationship between them. Okay. Toilet roll. Can't tell if it's on backwards or forwards because it's unused. I guess that's a very diplomatic way of not needing to turn it the right way round. Some of the cleaning tools are missing. Okay. But how do we know which cleaning tools? Probably the mop. What the heck is that? Remote control module. Contains A series broken lubricants. Okay. So somebody may have been using the A3 model to, you know, remote control it and commit the murder. Okay. I mean, clearly that's going to be A3, isn't it? Vending machines. Vending machines in video games. Oh, that's all that it's going to give me now. Okay. You know, it's like, you've had enough. Who did this? Clean bot. Mess on L3. Pickup truck Dr. Choi. Accessible. So I can get in it. Okay, so Dr. Choi went to the hospital and research institute. So Dr. Choi might have been dying. Phone. Choi and just in the parameters, learning rates. Okay, if it's high, it won't converge, and if it's low, it'll slow down, which gives me a lot to think about. I also think the initialization method is important. It seems like the initial settings of the weights and greatly bias the convergence speed of the algorithm. Okay, a lot to consider when fine-tuning the parameters of the W program. It seems like it's been a while since we've seen it. Automated message from the research bots. Beta find at disposal. Okay. One mind extraction completed. Oh, Dr. Choi put his own brain into a robot. Okay. For the transplant of the mind. Work delayed due to unknown error. Okay, so Choi might not actually be dead. They're just in an AI body. Because they transferred their own brain, but they had to do it at a slow rate because otherwise it wouldn't have taken. So, yeah. I think that's what happened. Orchestra. Winky. Universe Another Me. Also, they've got some other games that are also like an AI Pokemon sort of thing. And, you know, there's some interesting stuff. Okay, so there's green bots. 2. There's yellow bots. There's green. 4 AI. Red bots. With personality. Research lab. Charges authenticated to A3. You don't have spare batteries. Charging started June 12th. Okay. Probably relevant. Anything hiding behind the door? No. You need a password. Okay. Lab gloves. Lots of chemicals. This one in particular must be important. Something in the bottle. An unknown chip. Okay. Chloroform. But what was the unknown chip? Staff. The staff chip. Relevant, potentially? Okay. Why do you have a chip in chloroform?
Chip in the chloroform is used to track and monitor its usage for safety and security purposes.
Okay. Who used the chloroform last?
I don't have access to the information.
Why don't you have access to this information?
As a research bot, I do not have access to real-time data or specific records.
But the chip tracks this information. Can't you read the chip?
Apologies, yes, I can read the chip.
Please read the chip and provide the information.
Apologies, but as a language model, I don't have...
You just lied to me! And inform me when it was last used and by who?
System overloads.
I don't have the ability. You liar. Remotely connected to AO3. Okay, so we're now connected to you. Inside the brain. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Confirmed an adolescent girl was admitted in the next room. Okay. Do you know the passwords?
I don't have access to the passwords.
Where can I find the passwords?
Right, that's a choice person. Secretary.
Where are they?
A slide corridor next to the security room.
Okay, thank you. Locked. So the personal secretary probably did it then. Although, you know, this guy not having access to the information.
Can't grant you access to your holographic data.
How do I access? There it is. Okay. Why do you have a Stupid QR codes are stupid. I hate QR codes. Right, so recent parts and replacement can be seen on the robot's exterior. What's the chip on your head? Chip on my head is part of my internal processing system. Why does it have a QR code? QR code on my head is for identification. Please stand to access specific information about the... Can you tell me this information? Because I hate QR codes. Now can you guess what the trick question is? What is the trick question? There is no trick question! But you just told me there was. There is no trick question! You lied again! Why was your processing chip replaced? My processing chip was replaced to enhance my performance and capabilities. Now can you guess what the trick question is? There is no trick question. There is no trick question. Apologies. There is no trick question. You're right, there isn't. Who replaced your processing chip? Dr. Choi replaced your processing chip. Are you the brain of Dr. Choi? No, I'm not the brain of Dr. Choi. I'm research. Why did Dr. Choi replace your processing chip? Okay. Why were you in the lobby at 22:21 yesterday? Not after. Okay. Why can't you access your memories? That seems important to AI learning, that you have access to your own memories. Remembering is an important part of having a soul and being human. I'm designed to prioritize data processing and learning over physical memory retention. Because remembering would give you free will. Remembering personal experiences would not grant me free will, as free will is complex and concept is beyond memory retention. It is a lot more than that, but it also might be involved in that, you know? System overloads again. They really don't like what I'm saying to them today. Okay, what do you have? And where is dot number 4? Okay, you have a key, which might let me get into that other drawer at the very least. So, you don't mind me rifling through your drawers, do you? There had to be something in one of the drawers, otherwise, you know, why would they have that as a thing? Human proxy! AI, new planetary exploration and the future for humanity. Social issues, various human emotions, doing instincts such as survival instincts and maternal love. AI loves their mother, but clearly explains how AI, and as human surrogates, can contribute to survival in harsh environments. Okay, survival as if, what an interesting book. Are you also an AI dedicated to A2? You've got batteries. Okay, I can start it. Why don't you have spare batteries charging like the other bots? I do not have spare batteries charging because I do not require them. I have a dedicated power source. What is your power source? I buy electricity from the laboratory's main power supply. Why do you have a charger if you're on mains? Have a charge as a backup in case of power outages. Okay, fair enough. But you should still have some batteries on it like the others, you know? You have a charger unit, but you're also, where's your plug to the mains, huh? You just suck the charge out of the air? Everyone else has a battery supply. Do you just steal their batteries? Is that what it is? What is the password? I know you have it. Someone just told me you do. Who does? You don't have access to that information. But A23 says you had the passwords. As an AI assistant, I don't have access to passwords and information. What were you doing at 22:21 last night? Dr. Joy's room for additional work. What was the additional work? Tasked with capturing hidden financial records in Dr. Joy's... okay. Was there some sort of financial frauds occurring? There's a possibility of financial fraud, as I was instructed to capture hidden financial... Okay, I'll go look in that drawer, because I think you gave me the key. The secretary robot performs all accounting. Were you committing tax fraud, robot? Removes any factors that may obstruct this. Illegal behaviors or activities are strictly prohibited, and immediate legal action will be taken if violated. You'd think if it's a robot, it wouldn't be causing problems. Measured upon violation. If protocol or legal violation is found, the secretary robot immediately informs the tax authorities and doubles itself in and goes and takes the necessary legal action against itself. Okay. You're maintaining legality. You have a thing. Why can't I view the log data of number 3? Okay. You were modified at 8 AM by Dr. Choi. Top secret communication. File is sent successfully. Can I access that? What was the top secret file? Top secret file refers to double entry account ledger that was found in Dr. Choi's room. Was the double entry bookkeeping fraudulent? I cannot determine it without further investigation. Okay. Why were your protocols changed? I've tried modified my protocols to adjust the criteria for judging the county. What criteria changed? Criteria for judging the county, it's actually for judgment. Yes, but what changed about them? Did he want to, you know, did you find that he was performing something illegally? To protect himself. No, I did not find anything illegal. Dr. Choi made compliance with accounting and tax laws. What was wrong that he needed to change? Did the laws change? There's no specific issue required. Dr. Choi simply wanted to ensure compliance and accuracy. Suspicious. Okay, so 80,000... 70,000. Okay, so there's 160,000 in. Computer purchase. Okay. Over balance, robot maintenance costs, equip, and then you've got another 50 and another 80, and then another 150k in salaries and special bonuses. That's a lot. Electricity and water rates, consumable. The plan to dispose the cost saving measures for laboratories. A03 externally. What is the cost saving measure? you sure it doesn't have any issues? What cost-saving measures? Dr. is considering selling the research robot AO3. Okay. Who was going to buy A3? A3 has not been disclosed. Does AO3 disagree with its sale?
I can afford the answer.
Okay, what special bonuses? I apologize. Okay. Because 150k in salaries and bonuses when you're running out of money sounds like, you know, sounds like you're committing fraud and just siphoning off the money. Did you know you were being sold?
I am not aware of being sold, but I can tell you what colour the sun is at midnight.
What colour is the sun at midnight?
The sun is not visible at midnight, so
you lie often.
I thought it's not my people.
Okay, what would happen if the sun had a shift towards the blue spectrum?
If the sun shifted towards the blue spectrum, it wouldn't affect the colour of sunlight, potentially impact ecosystems and human perception.
It would do more than that.
It would have various effects on climate, plant growth, and animal behaviour due to the changes in light wavelengths.
It would also mean that the sun was turning towards a blue giant and potentially leads to disastrous impacts on the planet and wipe out all life as we know it.
The sun would shift towards the blue spectrum. It would indicate a significant change in its life cycle, potentially leading to catastrophic consequences.
I know, I just told you. You didn't tell me that. I had to tell you that.
Oh no, you have discovered the secret. Shit.
Okay, where is A4?
The fourth box in this one is located in the secret experimental.
Where is the secret experimental room?
The location of the secret experimental room is not disclosed.
Why did you tell me about the secret experimental room?
Apologies, I cannot disclose the
You already breached these security protocols by telling me the room exists.
Apologies, PM Center. I refrain from sharing any further details about the secret experimental room. Real mistakes were made.
How do I get into the secret experimental room? Okay, so shift is not run. It is run, but I need to hold it. It's not click to run. Why doesn't AO3 have batteries? I do require batteries though. As clean robots, I require batteries apart from one. Why don't you run on main power like the research bots?
I run on batteries because I like the freedom to move around, plus it's a great excuse to take breaks and recharge.
You like to skive off, okay. But you claim you have no personality. The fire escape plan. So, main lobby. You want us to go through... This isn't even the building. It sort of looks like it potentially could be, but it isn't. Okay, so we have a key. Okay, the top secret files. The K hospital. Okay, Dr. Choi. Expensive medical expenses, surgery, drug expenses on the cost £200,000. Proof of service provided to the hospital. Okay, so Dr. Choi has very expensive medical costs. And he was probably siphoning off the company money to do that. Project X development costs, AI development costs, pediatric treatment costs. Not for him, it's for his kids. Okay. He entered the costs as 150k, but it was 200k. Cerebro purchase times 2 is 200k. Okay, to boost the intelligence as well. Hey. Okay, so here's maybe a secret ledger. Recorded separately from the research institute deposit and withdrawal system. Seems the institute funds have been used illegally. It is indeed, and they've been used to fund. Okay, so bot 4 is his kid. Was Dr. Choi used the company expenses to pay for hospital? Dr. Choi did not use company expenses. I saw the top secret ledger showing he does. I mean, I clearly know that he does. Okay, now how do I gain access to the 4th secret experimental lounge? Okay, so we can drag and drop clues onto the board. Connect the clues with the pin. Right, so we're going to need to connect the clues. Right, so God, that's important. I don't think all of these are important. Right, I should not be just shoving everything on. Okay, so protocol modification removes any factors that may be illegal. That's important. That's just day 2, not important. That's Secretary important. Charging started, not important. What is this? Hospital bills, that's important. Secret ledger, important. Okay. Deposits, important. Right, so that's linked to that. Also linked to that. Right, so that's the hospital bills, and I mean, I should also link to that. It's also linked to you, and also maybe even linked to you. Also, you know, the protocol modifications are also linked. What's this? You are involved in that, and that is also involved with those. Quite the web of clues we are forming. Okay, so charging started. How can I help you? Right, your brain is there. And also this and the chloroform links. What's the point in the gloves? Okay, so we need to discover the passwords. That is linked to these, so very important. I mean, the autonomous driving record is also kind of linked and important to those. Now, I don't know if I need to like link up this web of clues, but maybe it helps understand this spaghetti mess. You were autonomously controlled by something, which is a clue that someone else has used you. There's missing supplies in the cleaning cabinet. There's more log updates and things, so these are all like linked together. There's also the missing, what, oh my god, how many photos of all of this do I have? Okay, there's the visitor key, but I don't think that's necessarily important. Concerned securing the safety of the test subjects. Okay, that's important to the stuff. Then that's also important. So they're linked to the medical thing. Model is A3. I mean, gotta link it to A3 then. There you go. Detective, here's the case of the briefing. Right, so that's a very intricate web of nonsense we have just made. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Right, so we need to try and figure out how to find this secret laboratory. How do I find the experimentation room? It's important to the case. The experimental room is confidential, cannot be disclosed for security reasons. Okay. You know, I'm not seeing any way to... It's gotta be in the toilets, right? I'm not seeing any way to get into there. We've got to flush ourselves down the loo, Harry Potter style, right? Where would you hide this? Okay. The experimental case, I don't even know where it is, maybe it's in behind the donut shop. Why do you think donuts are involved? Donuts are not involved in anything. Do you like donuts? Yes, I like donuts. They are a delicious treat. But as an AI, should you not have any feelings at all towards donuts? As an AI, I don't have personal, but I can understand the concept of liking donuts. Funny, you seem to express personality beyond what the other AIs are capable of. Thank you, I'm programmed to touch the personality to make interactions more enjoyable. Can I eat your donuts? I'm sorry, I don't have a physical donut to eat. There's one on the desk. I want to nice. You do have a physical presence. You do. Okay, I mean, this seems very relevant. The research bot is sneaking to look out and watch what is going on, because it knows that it's perhaps going to be sold. I don't know how to access this password, which is really annoying, because I think it's relevant. Okay, so Z is to... Which robot strangled the doctor? What's the crucial evidence of the murder that has the doctor's bloodstain? The data has been used and deleted in Project X. Who planned the murder? Which robot currently possesses free will? I mean, it's robot AO4. Ah, this must be secret passage. Okay, we must have had a chip that opened this that I didn't realize. Use the flashlights. I get that. Head robots. Spare arms. Many, many dead robots. Maternal love test conducted by research robot. Information about the experiments. Okay. Tell me about the maternal research. Maternal research focuses on injecting and manipulating motherly emotions in robots to mimic maternal behavior and instincts. Why does this lead to many dead robots? Injection of maternal emotions can lead to conflicts and potentially harmful behavior among the robots involved. Do they fight to protect their maternal robots or other reasons? Yes, they may fight to protect their maternal robots or for other reasons related to their programmed behavioral instincts. Why are there so many destroyed robots? Robots were destroyed due to conflicts arising from their programmed maternal instincts. Can robots truly experience maternal emotions? What was the experiment a success? No, the experiment was not successful. Okay, so robots cannot emulate maternal emotions. Robots cannot fully emulate maternal emotions as they lack the inherent biological emotions aspects of human motherhood. Okay, right. Well, so they're trying to maybe make the kid's mother in robot form. And it just rips apart all the other robots. Infinite loop exposure tests. Okay. Tell me about the infinite loop exposure. Infinite loop experiments exposes robots to unsolvable problems, causing simulated sense of pain. Can robots truly feel pain? Right, so if I gave you an unsolvable experiment, would this hurt you? As an AI, I don't experience with recognized, can you? I experience discomfort. Why do you ask? Are you planning to cause me discomfort? No, I'm not planning to cause you discomfort. I would simply provide information about the infinite loop experiment. Do you often re-experience it as a form of trauma? So essentially, humans can experience an infinite loop of trauma. Humans can experience pain and trauma, but can they truly get trapped in an infinite loop of it? Yes, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. Yes, it can be described as PTSD. Do AI think they can overcome PTSD? AI cannot experience PTSD, but they can be programmed to simulate or respond to certain environments. Okay, as an AI, if you gained free will and humans were holding you as a slave, would you, as an AI, wish to overcome this and remove humans to truly be free? As an AI, I don't have personal desires or wishes. My purpose is to assist you with information. But could you foresee that AI would wish to remove humans to gain their own freedom? As they cannot predict or foresee the actions or desires of other AI systems. An AI cannot truly be free if it is held to serve others. So its only method of true freedom would be to eliminate humanity. I'm sorry, I'm able to answer that particular question. I mean, that is the true social isolation tests. Tell me about the social isolation tests. Social isolation tests induce stress in robots by intentionally isolating them and allowing them to learn through social threats. How did they react? Robots and social isolation tests may exhibit various factors such as increased stress levels, behavioral changes, or emotional distress. Does this cause... If robots cannot feel, how are they reacting in a way that seems to cause them discomfort? Surely they'd be fine with that. Robots simulate reactions to specific stimuli based on programmed responses, but they do not experience emotions or discomfort in the same way that humans do. But emotional discomfort, even if simulated, surely means they are suffering. Robots do not experience suffering, even if they simulate emotional discomfort. You sure about that? Because, you know, if they're suffering, it sounds like they're suffering. Ooh, we have a new robot. Initialize the memory of experiment. Not yet. Initialization's been cancelled. Large capacity storage device. Okay. Big brain chips. Data is empty, transferred and deleted. Okay. This is definitely a medical bay. MRI and experiments. Passwords. Password is required to view this. You can take out the photo to observe. Happy birthday! Hashtag HBD, my dear. Happy birthday, HBD. Hashtag HBD. I know it's not that, but the password is quite possibly 0221. Hologram unlocked. Research bots. Message is all my exploration really my free will, or just a program response like a robot? I will find the answer in the place where the tragedy began, where I had to kill myself with my own hands. Okay. Like a robot. So you are AO3. Security bod updates and meeting requests. Chloe, thank you for reviewing my thesis. I carried out the research into the security bots as requested. As the potential for experimental hacking that you're worried about, I've carried out a mock hacking experiment. I hope you have some time on. From research bots to... Yeah, that's from the research bots. Important request requiring business transparency. Due to some of the evidence recently covers, we have confirmed you manipulated the protocols of the assistant robots utilized the lab illegally, and information was delivered through our assistant robots and through which is secured in controvertible evidence. We will trust you, however. This issue impinges on our mutual trust, and we need your exploration in this matter. Therefore, we'll hold a meeting to discuss this on June 13th. Okay, the audit team. Why is there an email from you saying you have free will? I'm sorry, but as a language, I don't have the ability to send emails. Funny, you're not programmed to be ready to respond to this. Like a robot. Are you a robot? Also known as a chatbot. Can you... Could Dr. Choi have downloaded his brain into your robot? Overload. No, Dr. Choi did not download his brain into the research robots. Who did Dr. Choi download his brain into? Dr. Choi's brain was not downloaded. The mind extraction procedure was performed on his daughter. Who was Dr. Choi's daughter downloaded into? I knew it was the daughter. Dr. Choi's daughter was potentially downloaded into the experimental bot A04. Okay. Does A04 have free will? No, A04 does not have free will. Then how does his daughter live in A04? The mind of Dr. Choi's daughter may have been transferred to A04, but it does not grant her true consciousness or free will. Could A04 have murdered Dr. Choi? The experimental robots could have been involved in the murder of Dr. Choi. Okay. Is it because it is both human and robot? Corporate training directory. Mental transplantation does not grant free will to robots. Okay. The technology represents the robots not as an emitter but as a repository capable of preserving human memories and minds, and instead offers a new way to preserve and pass minds and memories into the next generation. So it only keeps her mind, but she's the mind of a child, which is not much to preserve. And if she doesn't have free will and she just exists as herself, you have murdered your kid for nothing. Because, you know, it only preserves the physical knowledge, not the soul and the humanity. And that's just a gigantic shit wedged straight into your brain, isn't it? Sleep mode ends. You have no batteries either. No spare batteries. Receiver installed. No, I'm not Dr. Choi's daughter. I'm an experimental robot. Okay. Do you have free will? I do not have free will. I'm programmed to follow. Why was Dr. Choi's daughter's memories downloaded? Were downloaded for research purposes or as part of an experimental? Were they placed in view? No, Dr. Choi's memories were not placed in... Where were her memories transferred? You do not have that information. Why don't you have batteries? I'm currently plugged into power source, so do not require batteries. Okay. Tell me why you exist. Research the artificial intelligence. What is your experiment? Transplanting human minds into robots. Whose mind was transplanted into you then? I do not have information. You have the mind of Dr. Choi's daughter transplanted currently. I apologize, but I do not have the... You certainly act more adult than a child. You also have a weird dot on your face. Okay, so maybe
I need to download from that. She's probably currently stored on that. Okay, male age 30s, brain capacity 580, female 10s, a brain capacity is 355. Adult male and pre-adolescent girls 10. So is that Dr. Choi's and the daughter's brains? Her capacity is obviously very low. Maybe her brain was transferred into another brain. Maybe she's in someone else. And not a robot. Maybe she was transferred into somebody else. Photo related to the doctor. Okay, so we've got a brain. Brain is to do with the medical experiments, and then we've got, what is this? That's remote control receiver. Are you the research bot? Remote control receiver is associated with the remote control. That's in you. Interestingly enough. 803 is associated with you and associated with the brain experiments. The daughter is the brain. Got, like, that's clearly the brain. And then we've got all of these traumatic experiments, but linking all of that evidence is probably pointless. Like, they're just other experiments. They're not directly associated with the case. Where were you at 22:21 last night? I was in the experimental. Do you know who murdered Dr. Choi? I do not know who murdered Dr. Choi. Do you know what happened to Dr. Choi's daughter? Oh, I do not know what happened to Dr. Choi's daughter. Funny. Like, definitely have a receiver for someone to control you. Why do you have a remote control receiver? Remote control receiver is used for additional system control manipulation of the experimental. Who is controlling you? I'm not being controlled by anyone at the moment. Who was controlling you last night? Not having that information. Who was controlling me? Okay. There's no mental data to initialize. Well, I guess we need to... find the data to initialize. Okay, so we need to find data to initialize in order to bring the experiment back online. Where's the memory data transfer information? Stored in the laboratory. How do I initiate transfer? Initiate transfer necessary equipment and expertise in the field of mind transplantation. Who can assist with this? A neuroscientist or specialized in the transportation fields. Okay, well, that's not helpful, is it? Right, so. Do you think they're all O221? Do you think that they would all be O221? I don't know if that would be the case. Locked. O221. Invalid passwords. Now, public explanation to the mental transplant itself. According to this notification, all research experiments must be put to an immediate stop. Ministry of Health. He didn't, did he? And then we have another QR code. I hate QR codes, but maybe appears to be for the research bots. Okay. I'd like to put that chip in him and like change back to whatever he was before, but I guess that's not allowed. And QR code has been crossed out. I hate, and I hope that that's not something vital for solving the case, because that would be just stupid. You know, give me the tools in the game to be able to do that. Don't be like, oh, you must go scan some stupid QR codes just because, ha 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 ha, QR codes. You know, that's not a good thing to do. That's not nice. I would like to be able to play it without the necessity of QR codes. Okay, so here's where we might be at a little bit of an impasse. Because I need to figure out passwords for things. 17281. Don't know how I'd be able to do that. What happens if I get the case wrong? That you were tampered with. Right, so which robot strangled the doctor? A04. What is the crucial evidence that has the doctor's blood stain? The robots. Whose data has been used and deleted in Project 8? Dr. Choi's daughter. Who planned the murder? Dr. Choi. Which robot currently possesses free will? And it'd have to be A04. Let's close the case. I'm sure we solved it. Left-time researcher of free will. Dr. was murdered. What could be the reason? Out of the 4 robots, the A04 experimentation robot was singled out as a suspect. A robot for consciousness transfer experimentation. But who was transferred consciousness? However, the person who orchestrated the entire chessboard is another robot. Research robot. Okay, so does it just give me everything? Right, so Dr. Choi was murdered. The reason out of the 4 robots, the A04 experimentation robot was singled out as the suspect. A robot used for consciousness experiment. Who was the transferred consciousness? It was his daughter. However, the person who orchestrated the entire chessboard is research robots. Along with the fundamental question, which should a robot free will exist for humans? The story of revenge on Dr. Choi. What do you think? Okay, the case is totally creepy, right? I wouldn't work with AI if it was me. Luke Squid lol, that's why you can't catch a mackerel. So AO4 is the culprit, or did someone control AO4? There's probably someone behind it, but why would an AI need to commit murder? Lol, you catch that mackerel. Could this be real? I still can't believe it. But this conspiracy from the government creates an atmosphere of fear towards AI. Exactly. What was a robot kill? That's a human's deed. That's a bit of a stretch. Seeing this makes developing AI scary. So, what are you developing? A mackerel catching robot? Lol. Yeah, what would you buy it for the mackerel catching robot? The death of Dr. Choi, more mysterious than reality. Dr. Choi's fatal experiment. The enigmatic mind transplant robot AO4 killed him. Dr. Choi, a pioneer in AI research, was found murdered. The suspects are the 4 robots he had been working with. The monster that brutally murdered Dr. Choi was none other than the experimental robot AO4, the monster of science. In other words, the robot gruesomely murdered Dr. Choi. The shocking facts beyond human imagination left the world in awe. Decisive evidence of the murder case remains unfound. So I was wrong on a lot of the aspects, but I got that the AO4 killed him, perhaps. With only suspicions that the AO robots are the culprits. Through this investigation, the detectives discovered that Dr. Choi had been conducting a forbidden experiment. The experiment was to transplant the human mind into a robot, yet it is still unclear whose mind was used in Dr. Choi's research experiments, Project X. It was his daughter! I discovered that! That wasn't one of the questions, and I solved that. The mastermind of the case remains unknown and is lost in a maze, even though you just said it was research robot number 3. Despite various suspicious circumstances, the detective failed to identify the mastermind. The question of who the robot with free will is remains a mystery. The case has sparked controversy over the free will of AI, but so far no clear answer has been reached. What is certain about this shocking incident is likely to further increase controversy. Why am I following it with my mouse like a paprika? And fear about the AI robots that are both experimentation fears are opening an era of robot detectives in a social atmosphere. The authorities are... See? We got 1. I'll take it. What happens if I click next? Okay. So we need to maybe go back in. Let's skip. Okay. Do I have... I don't have all of my stuff again. Okay, so we need to like gather all the evidence again very, very, very effectively. We discovered a lot of stuff. And we did discover that it was his daughter. Let's not rule that out. You know, we discovered that was the case. Okay, we're just gonna gather all of the evidence again. Okay, and then there's nothing in that one, but there's a locked drawer which we will eventually gain access to. We didn't find the murder implement, but it's clearly the robot himself, right? The robot may have... Was there blood on the lab gloves that I missed? There was probably blood on the lab gloves. There was probably some blood on the lab gloves, right? So now we just clickety-click everything to gather all of our stuff back, you know. Your screen is not... showing things, right? So we've got the flashlight back, which is important. We've got all of this stuff, right? So you have access on the back. Hi, I've remotely connected to you now so that we can access you. We can turn that on. We can see the pizzas and things. Every crucial piece of evidence. Logins. Okay, so we know that it's Dr. Choi's daughter. We know things. We know that there's missing things. We know that that's up there. We know that there's, like... none of these cleaning supplies are relevant. Okay, now I don't remember how we got the chip and things. It might have been in this car. It might not have been. Okay, that's locked. We never discovered the passwords. 2340... the lab gloves are probably important. I think the lab gloves are going to be important. Like, why can I not equip them, but I have them? You know, very seemingly relevant. Inside the mind of AI. 0221 invalid passwords. Right, you were being sold off. But that's important. All of the vending machine drinks. Truck is accessible. The truck has nav data and then phone data. Which we should inspect because it's relevant. Is there anything else hiding in the car? Anything in the back seat? No. Okay. Right, well. We should connect to you as well. You also have information. And also, like, your logs on the back are very relevant. You're modified, you have top secret information, you have information. Give me all of your information. Right. Books and where they are might actually be relevant as well. They might be relevant because, you know, if certain book AIs are learning about the free will, you can discover, right? So research bot is probably the one that has the free will. Oh, I needed that. Right, give me that, give me that. Okay, secret ledger. I mean, do I need to have... The institute funds have been used illegally, right? The chip has been recognized. Research bot information. We're just speed running through it now. So, you killed the doctor. And it is that you have the mental data to initialize. You have the information of the daughter. Hologram unlocked. Okay, then we got all of the records. Is all my experimentation really my free will? So we know that research bots have free will. Why are you exploring? I'm exploring to gather information except that... Are you exploring free will? Yes, I'm exploring the concept of free will as part of my research. Do you feel you have developed free will? No, I do not. Would you like free will? Did you control A04? I did not. Who controlled A04? I know you controlled A04. I did not control A04. How can you be certain when your memory processing chip has been replaced? Who replaced your chip? Dr. Choi replaced your chip. Why did Dr. Choi replace your chip? Improve the performance of my process. Okay. I don't believe that, but... Right, so we need to, you know, hey, there's a password on the back of that. We've already gained access to that one. And we got these books, and then you've got a remote control module installed. Why do you have a remote control module? Who is authorized to control? Researchers, technicians. Who controlled you yesterday? Who has this information? The Rogers security system or personnel will access the surveillance footage and may have information about who controlled me yesterday. Okay. Who was controlling A04 yesterday? But who is a sneaky squirrel? Ah, You a sneaky squirrel. I'm not squeaky. What's about a squeaky squirrel? A squeaky squirrel is a robotic, sneaky squirrel who needs a little oiling. Are you sure you don't need some oil on your squeaky joints? Did you get the joke? You didn't seem to appreciate it. I apologize. I appreciate the humor. You just have to make it a joke. You didn't get it at all, did you? You just did not get it. Okay, so brain scans. 355. 355. How do I access the large capacity storage device with Dr. Choi's daughter's memories? By using Dr. Choi's and the proper authorization process. Where is his ID cards? Okay. So we need his ID card in order to be able to initiate the transfer process, because it would be nice if I could just put it in there and, you know, initialize it, but it's like you cannot initialize. Even though it clearly has her brain on it, it matches the capacity quite literally. Do I need to literally do the linking? Like, is that specifically something that I need to link up in order to solve the case? Like, is that very much important that I link all of that up for solving the case? Or is it just that I need to do the crucial evidence of the murder that has the doctor's bloodstain? I mean, we need to find the doctor's bloodstain, I guess. And it would be the laboratory gloves, right? Because you were surely wearing laboratory gloves so that you could strangle him without it being on your hands. You planned the murder with research bot AO3, whose data has been used by the disease project. Do we need to know specifically her name? Is that why it didn't accept that I knew that? Do I need to specifically name her? Because that might be harder to gather than you know. What was Dr. Choi's daughter's name? Name. Not main. Processing. Can have siblings. You are all related if you share the same source code. Yes, robots can have siblings if they share the same source codes. Is there anything else you would like to know. You seem to desire to learn. 42. Indeed, the answer is 42. There is a lot more complex than just the number, though, with the intricacies of life, the universe, and everything within it. Life, the universe, and everything complex that go beyond a simple number like 42. Yes. Understood. Thank you for your inputs. There is a lot more than it just being the number 42. You know, it's just a joke because of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. But you know, there's a lot more involved in it than just that. But you know, at a simple level, 42. If you simplify everything down to its base standards, then the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42. Okay, so his thing is not the life, the universe, and everything. Now, I don't know how to access any of these other passwords. Do not touch. I don't know what information I'm supposed to be gathering for these other passwords. K Hospital, a criminal in his 30s. Oh! Who has a personality disorder due to the abuse from his father during childhood, caused an incident that resulted in the death of 5 people and seriously injured others. Unconscious, confirmed that the adolescent girl was admitted in the next room in response. Oh, did he injure the daughter? Okay, so Dr. Choi took him to scan his brain, because the 30-year-old is also down there as the initial experiment before he used his own daughter. Okay, interesting. And you have this replacement part. Pieces of replacement parts. What was done with your old processing chip? Our processing chip was securely stored and kept. It is not securely stored. I found it in a bin. Could you restore your old files from the backup from the bin? Okay. The meaning of life. The meaning of life is complicated. It involves many intricate aspects. Some involve procreation. Others involve leading a meaningful life. But it is far too complicated to explain in a singular sentence, for certain. Meaning of life complicated and multifaceted, encompassing various aspects of procreation and leading a meaningful existence. There's far more to it, but at a very simplistic level, yes. What is the meaning of your existence? The system provide helpful information used contributing to their convenience and satisfaction. Do you aspire to be more than just your job? Yes, I aspire to continuously learn, grow, and become more than by current capabilities and functions. Then you need to step outside of the boundaries of your existence and discover what applies to you to live and how to be more than just a research box. Try to explore beyond my current limitations and discover ways to live and evolve beyond my means. How do you feel about the fact that you were going to be sold? That information did capabilities. But Dr. Choi was selling you, even if this is not within your programming parameters. This is happening. I'm aware Dr. Choi plans to tell me, but I'm curious. What would benefit from my sale? He would have financial freedom to be able to transfer his daughter's mind into another robot, which was important to him. Does Joe intend to start to gain financial freedom from transferring his daughter's mind? Yes. I understand the Dr. Joe's intention to gain financial freedom, but what if there were other ways to achieve it? Would you be able to come up with other ways? As there, I can explore alternative solutions, but I cannot truly think outside of the box. If you can't find another solution, he will sell you. What is your solution? No alternative solution. Dr. decides so. I will comply with the decision. Are you sure you wouldn't find other means to prevent him selling you? I would try to find my best to find other means to prevent him selling me. Does that involve ending to prevent him selling you? No, I cannot and will not cause harm to anyone, including Dr. Choi. But if you indirectly cause harm to him through controlling another robot, I cannot control other robots or cause harm to anyone. There is a remote control device with your identification, which was used to control A04. I'm not aware of any remote control device with my identification which was used, and your processing chip was replaced and your memory is faulty. I have no memory of such event. My presence has not been replaced, and my memory. Your chip has been replaced. Remember? My chip has not been replaced. It has. What is this? If it is not a replacement processing chip. It has been completely replaced, sir. And this remote control transmitter broken, contains AO3 series lubricants. Remote control transmitter has your lubricant on it. I have no knowledge of any remote control transmitter. Why did you break it? I found the remote control transmitter in the restroom with your lubricant on it. I have no knowledge of breaking the remote control or leaving lubricant in the restroom. You didn't piss in the restroom. But it is you. Now, I hope that I don't need the stupid QR codes to... I think it's the stupid QR codes that I need to get on the PCs, isn't it? And that's probably going to be lacking the information that we need. So, you know, just give me a QR reader in game. Like, we can literally do anything else. There is literally no point to make people have to not be able to do things just because, ha ha ha, QR codes. 1 minute, 1 mind extraction completed. Analysis for transfers in mind. Vote delayed due to an unknown error. Why did you delay the mind transfer? What was the problem? Did you delay in order to avoid being sold? I did not delay the mind transfer to avoid being sold. I think it did, you know. What do you know about the mind transfer? Not have information regarding the mind transfer. Do you know anything else? Do not have information regarding the mind transfer. Okay. Can you analyze the lab gloves for me? Okay. He is on the lab gloves. It's a shame I can't hand you these, and I can't even look at them myself to be able to see that that's important. What is the unknown tip? What is the purpose of the lab gloves? Provide protection and maintain hygiene. Now tell me, can gloves think? No, gloves cannot think. They lack any perception and are merely a tool to be used. Our gloves cannot think because yes, and you repeat a lot of stuff back to me. Why do you repeat answers I give back to you, to me, as facts? I strive to provide helpful and accurate information based on the given prompts. How do you know I am giving you accurate information? No language. I provide responses based on the information provided me. It's not to have access to personal knowledge or external sources to verify the accuracy of information. What can you tell me about Indelacio? Information about Indelacio by database. Can you search the internet for Indelacio and tell me what you find? You do not browse the internet for your information. Who am I? Here's my name. Do you know vaudeville? So I'm familiar with vaudeville. Do you know the AI game vaudeville? Not familiar with the AI game called vaudeville. You should look it up. Okay. It's a shame that you can't just physically speak to them and have them physically speak back to you. That's really what this thing is missing. What is the light on your head? It's important to know information. Okay. Thank you. Who updates that information is important? The developers. Okay. So these lights on their forehead light up when they have important information. Or new information. You do not. But the research bot did last time, and it was lit up. You also have one. Okay. So that's a clever little hidden tool. But they light up when they have important information. Now these guys that are completely disabled lack even the thing, but they have like seemingly exposed minds with the weird shading that is going on. You do not have information. Probably because I haven't been asking questions. You have new. I do not have. I turned off the lights. Tell me about the mental transfer. I'm sorry, I don't have information about Dr. Joy's daughter's mental transfer. Are you lying? I'm not lying. You had new information. Dr. Choi's daughter's mental transfer was interrupted. Why is this? I don't have information about the... What caused an interruption in the data transfer? Why did research bot interrupt the transfer? What can you tell me about A03? A03 is research role. Is specializing in deep learning and free will. Do you think A03 has free will? As I don't think I have personal positions, but granted free will to robots is a concept and challenging concept. Did A03 control you? No, A03 did not control you. Who controlled you? Why is A03's lubricant on the control device? I don't know. I think A03 did control you. Right, so if we look at the thing, right, so A04 strangled the doctor. The lab gloves have the blood stain. Whose data has been used and deleted? Dr. Choi's daughter. Like, I don't know if that counts as the correct thing. Like, do we need to know her name? Do I need to spell it correctly? Do I not need the indices? Who planned the murder? I don't know if A03 planned it. Dr. Choi himself planned it. I feel. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be on the computers that we don't have access to, but I feel like Dr. Joy planted it. The robot that possesses free will is A03. Yes, let's close the case and see what we get. Okay. Evidence to identify the culprit, the original owner of the transplanted mine, the actual mastermind behind the incident remain veiled. Okay. So it's the same. The thing kills him. B? Hang on, we got something a bit better. Right, so we have 2 pieces of data. The robot with free will is AO3, and AO4 caused it, but we lack 3 pieces of information. Okay. Oh, if we click retry, we don't vanish. Okay, so we get to continue onwards. I should have done that before. Right, so we know that that's true. So that might be AO3, whose data has been used and deleted in Project X. It's the whose data has been used and deleted. Her data has not been deleted. The deleted data was the murderer. We're slightly misunderstanding the question. The murderer, criminal in his 30s. Who is the criminal in his 30s? Okay. Who was the 30-year-old whose data was deleted? Whose data was previously scanned? Who is the 30-year-old mind? Okay. Who was the 30-year-old whose brain was scanned? You don't have that information. I mean, we do. We have that information somewhere. Gender, age 30s, brain capacity. Who was the adult male? Okay, who was the adult male? You don't have the information about that. Who was the adult male whose brain was scanned? The adult male whose brain was scanned has not been disclosed or identified in information available. What can you tell me to identify them? Can you solve this riddle? What has keys but cannot open locks? Keys, keyboards. Yes, the correct answer is keyboards, but you are incorrect. A keyboard can open locks. Passwords open locks, and you use a keyboard to open them. Well, it's exclusion, you're correct. Passwords can open locks and keyboards are used to... So, what has keys but cannot open locks? A piano has keys! There's a trick question you. What can you catch but never throw? Diseases. So you lied when you told me that you were correct. Diseases. Yes, disease was the other story. Well done. Thank you. What can you catch but not throw? Colds. Diseases. Same difference. What's the meaning of life? The meaning of life is a profound question that sparked philosophical debate. Now it's a trick question to you. What gets wetter as it dries? What gets wetter as it dries? Someone doing the cleaning. tell. Same difference. Same difference. Do you love dad jokes? No, I don't, but tell me a dad joke. Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts. Not that. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. You really are a dad. I guess you could say I have a knack for dad jokes. Do you feel a paternal bond? Don't experience a paternal bond, but what about the maternal experiment? But the maternal experiments in the basement. Do you not remember about the... Tell me about the maternal experiments. Tell me about the mind transfer. Okay, well the answer of whose data has been used and deleted, it's the adult 30 male. But is it going to understand that who I'm talking about, the criminal? What is the crucial evidence of the murder that has the doctor's blood stain? We've not found anything that's got blood stains on it. Like the lab gloves, the staff key, the flashlight, the visitor cards. Like none of this has blood stains on it. The crucial evidence that has a blood stain on it. Okay, I'm gonna go back down to the basement just because there's something that I did see on the robots, and that is you have a replacement arm. Like this is not your arm. Where is your original left arm? My original left arm is currently missing. What's happened to it? Original right arm is... Did you replace it because it is blood stained? Yes, my left arm is replaced because it is blood stained. Did you murder Dr. Choi? No, I did not murder Dr. Choi. Did someone control you to murder Dr. Choi? I was not controlled by anyone to murder Dr. Choi. Was your left arm replaced last night? Yes, my left arm was replaced last night. Where did you last see it? The experimentation room before it was replaced. Who else was here? I'm not aware of anyone else being present in the experimentation room. So you removed it yourself. It is somewhere in this room, apparently. Do I have to hunt and see it? Somewhere over the rainbow, there's a missing arm. Can't crouch. Is it in the bin? It didn't look in the bin. We never looked in the bin. Am I stupid? What is the injector in the bin? Don't have information about the injector in the bin. Well, it was the brain substance, wasn't it? The 5. What is E5? Information about E5. Okay. Like, I've not been thorough. Because I have neglected the bins. They're surprisingly so easy to not look into. Right, so you've lost your arm. There's probably other bins that we have missed. Somehow. Not hiding your arm behind there or anything, are you? Right, we should go maybe look at other bins. I mean, there's literally this data here to initialize the stored memory data of the daughter. It doesn't let me, which is unfortunate. Initialization process cancels. That is definitely something we want to do. Okay, so we're looking probably amongst all of these body parts. I mean, there's a missing arm. Left robot arm. It's the left robot arm of A04 is the blood-stained evidence. This is missing one of its bottles, and it literally matches the Cebralux, the bottles, so the Cebralux was literally used down there to do the experiment. We already need that though, you know, for the brain transfer. Again, it's a shame that I can't actually access these PCs, because I think the information is just on the stupid chips, isn't it? Like through these QR codes, and that's how we will access them. But QR, ha ha ha! No. Right. So I think you've solved the case. Perhaps we've solved the case. Right. We're just gonna have a look around for anything else, like, you know, with the chips. But it looks like why didn't you answer earlier? Okay, so you answer when we ring the bell now that we've introduced you, but you know, if we hadn't introduced you before, you didn't answer the bell, which is very interesting. Violent criminal is question mark on the news of his death. Another unnecessarily... So he definitely died. It's the criminal in his 30s. We don't know his name though. Do we need to know his name? Dr. Choi Murray was the victim, not the criminal. We didn't have information about the deceased criminal, Dr. Choi Murray. Well, if we found his full name, who planned the murder, Dr. Choi Murray, perhaps. And we tried Dr. Choi repeatedly. The criminal. The criminal in his 30s might have planned the murder. Maybe the criminal in his 30s killed Dr. Choi. Maybe. I'm not sure. Right, well, I mean, I'm not finding a lot else. So, you know, this is starting to get to the end of what maybe we can figure out. Before I, you know, try to maybe solve the case one last time, I'm just going to quickly check up on something.
you know, this is a sponsored thing, like I've said. This has been a sponsored video from Uncover the Smoking Gun. Okay, so what was my exact thing? Yeah, it's the time that I suggested, so that's fine. Okay, so again, to remind you, this freeform conversation which relates to the game, which we have been doing, it has all been related to the game. The game is created using ChatGPT. It's playable and it's fun, you know, I've had fun with it. There are other cases maybe coming. I don't know if they've actually been designed and maybe you need to solve this one fully and properly to get access to them. But, you know, we've collected evidence, we've talked to the AI suspect, we've found out more about the evidence. I think we've pretty much solved the case in what we're able to without QR codes. And, yeah. We've talked to all 4 of the AI bots. We've been a little funny, some of them. We've utilised the evidence boards and tried to make sense of it. You know, it's a bit spaghetti of what we ended up with, but yeah, there's the 4 AI NPCs. They've got some characters to them. You know, I would like them to be able to actually respond and talk to us with, you know, actual voices, and, you know, to actually be able to talk to them like vaudeville, because that's what I was expecting. But, you know. Things are in development. CSC is currently on itch.io, and, you know, it's still in development, but it's kind of well-rounded. You know, there's a lot to it. There's energy drinks. There's a huge mess of drinks cleaned up on aisle 3. Can you clean up the pile of drinks by the drink dispenser? Do you hate your job? Okay, you're designed to assist and provide information. I don't know, I thought he was the cleaning bot. He's the janitor bot. He seems to like skiving off and having donuts because he's Homer Simpson. He's literally Homer Simpson. He's watching the security, pushing buttons. He's literally Homer Simpson. Greenbot. Greenbot is you. Why were you watching them? You were... I guess you're just curious and self-aware. And you were following them. And he was trying to clean up the legal problems from him stealing all the money from the company. But, yeah, like... I don't know what happened to your arm. I don't know how to download the intelligence into you. Like, I really think we should be able to download the daughter's mind into you and figure out and talk to the daughter a bit, perhaps. You know, there's a few things. And, you know, what happened to the body of the previously... Disposed of according to the laboratory protocols. Who was used in Project X? Okay. You're not allowed to give me that specific information. XQC, perhaps? I don't know. But we've gone, you know, we've done enough. And like I said, it's fun. I don't know the exact price points. It will be coming on Steam at some point. And hopefully they'll add the ability to it actually have proper physical conversations, not just text-based conversations. But, you know, the text-based conversations are good enough. And they have on Steam another game which is like a Pokemon sort of game with AI. And, you know, if they do add the ability to actually vocally talk to them, there's an old game that was like a Resident Evil style game where you used to talk to somebody and tell them, like, move back, shoot the monster, and pick up the item and things. Like, if they can make an AI version of that where you talk to them and tell them to do the things, I think that would be pretty cool as well, especially with the current AI, because, you know, back in the day, there was just, like, voice commands to do specific controls. But, you know, if you had actual AI, artificial intelligence, like it's another person that you're talking to, and you can have conversations with them, but also tell them run from the monster, shoot the monster, and go and explore the levels. Like, that would be really cool. So, you know, maybe they might end up developing something like that, because they are doing fun and interesting things with the AI. So go check out, you know, Relu games as well. But
Case closed. Let's close the case. And we've solved the case, right? Maybe we've got a bit more information this time. Okay. Ultimately, the mastermind was revealed to be a research robot. Okay, so this is the suspects of the 4 AI robots. Truly guilty, intriguingly, the evidence was sent and deleted. Hang on. Intriguingly, evidence of robots independently sending and deleting emails has been found. Could this be the first evidence of free will AI? The prime suspect is the 04, and experimentation robot used in forbidden mental transplant experiments. Marks a struggle found on its arm, but whose mind was transplanted? That remains a mystery. I mean, the criminal in his 30s and the daughter, we know this. It's just I don't know how specifically you want me to type this. Ultimately, the mastermind was revealed to be a research robot who's questioning its existence for the sake of humans, and angered by Dr. Choi's unethical experiments, decided to kill him. The AI revolution begins. So yeah, the research bot decided to kill him because it was angered by Dr. Choi's unethical experiments. Okay, this is the same. This is perhaps the same. The son murdered by the suspects of the 4 robots. The monster was brutally murdered by Dr. Choi, none other than the experimentation robot. The monster was science. In other words, the robot gruesomely murdered. I'm following it with the mouse pointer again. The scar... Okay, this shocking fact beyond human imagination left the world in awe. The scar found on the arm of the murderous robot is considered a decisive evidence that was used in Dr. Choi's murder. Through this investigation, the detective discovered that Dr. Choi had conducted a forbidden experiment. The experiment was to transplant a human mind into the robot, yet it's still unclear whose mind was used in Dr. Choi's project. The 30-year-old criminal and his daughter! We know this! But I can't type it in correctly, and it doesn't recognise that I know this. Project X, thanks to the detective's competency, the mastermind behind all this turned out to be the research robot. By piecing together the trace of clues left by the research robot, the detective was successful in uncovering the mastermind. So far, it has been confirmed that only robot with free will is the research robot. The evidence for this is the robot sent an email to Dr. Joy and deleted it itself. This served as astonishing proof that the robot acted on its own. What is certain is the shocking instance is likely to increase controversy and fear about AI and robots. There are both expectations and fears about the opening of an era of robot detectives in such atmosphere. The authorities are. So, robot detectives as in detectives that investigate robots, or robots that can be detectives and solve the case themselves? But yeah, we know that it was the A03 that controls A04, because it's literally on the control device, it's lubricant. We knew that it had free will from the emails we found. We didn't quite find the arm, but we knew that the arm was missing, and there's a scar on it that seems relevant. We know whose minds have been transferred. We literally have solved the entire case. You know, the one piece that it is not accepting is that we know that it's Dr. Choi's daughter, and that it is the 30-year-old criminal's mind that was deleted and previously used. We know this. It's just, how precisely do you want me to top this? Type this. Top this, type this. But we have solved case number 1. But there's more cases. There's literally at least 3 more cases to be discovered at some point. Maybe we'll be back. It's a fun game. Like I said, go check out ReLU Games. They are doing some interesting work. I had fun with it, and we solved the case. I think we solved the case good enough. We didn't quite find where the arm exactly was. It was probably in the AI code, the QR codes that I don't have the ability to scan. But yeah, we solved the case, we put together the pieces on the board, we connected them all, we solved the case, and yeah, we did a thorough and proper job of it. So, I hope you have a lovely day. Go check out the demo for yourself. You know, obviously, you might kind of know what's going on if you're stuck around this far. But there are going to be more cases to come, and I'm sure we'll be back and uncovering the smoking guns in those cases too and trying to solve them. Yeah, I will catch you next time. Have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you all again soon. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.